In this lesson, we'll start working on the mobile version of this template because right now, if we'll activate mobile mode, we'll see that this page is completely broken on mobile devices. And eventually we're going to get this result. This is how this page should look like on mobile. Please note that there is also mobile navigation right here. So let's open up the template for this page, index.html, and we'll start with hiding the navigation. This navigation is supposed to only show up on screens that are a little bit bigger than small mobile devices. I'm going to find the markup for that navigation. It's this now tag, and we're going to apply class hidden, which basically hides this navigation, but starting from small screens, this navigation will be visible. And that's how we are working with responsive classes in Tailwind CSS, by specifying proper prefixes in front of classes. In this case, I have used prefix sm, which basically corresponds to the small screen width. As you can see, that navigation is not visible anymore. And just to know which breakpoint responsible for which screen width, we can navigate to the page responsive design in Tailwind CSS documentation. And here will be the list of all default breakpoints with their sizes. Of course, each of these breakpoints can be overwritten, but for our purposes, default sizes will work. The next thing that we are going to do is to decrease the size of this logo on mobile devices. So I'm going to use class size 8 instead of size 12. And the size 12 class will be activated on bigger screens. Same thing goes with this text for the logo. I'm going to use text XL size on mobile devices and 2XL on all other devices. And the distance between the logo and this text will be 1 unit instead of 2. And starting with bigger screens, the distance will be 2 units. Then let's get to adding this button, which is supposed to open up mobile navigation. Of course, we have to find proper icon for this button, so let's open up Hero Icons website and look for an icon. I'm going to use this bars icon. Let's copy the SVG code and paste it into the appropriate place in our markup. So down here, right under navigation, I will create the wrapper for that button, and we're going to paste the markup of that icon right here. And by the way, the default size of this button, which is size 6, will work in our case. So let's keep this class. And then just to move this button to the very right side of the header, we're going to apply class justify between to this div wrapper. So both child elements of this div will be positioned as far as possible from each other. Then I'm going to add several classes to the header. We need this header to be fixed on mobile devices, and it also has to cover all available widths. So first of all, I'm going to decrease vertical paddings on mobile devices. I'll set it to 1.5. On all other screens, those paddings will be 4 units. The header will be fixed at the very top. And just to make this header stretch all the way from the left to the right of the screen, I'm going to use insetX0 class. And starting from bigger screens, the header will be static, meaning that it will be fixed only on mobile devices. Then I will increase the index just to have this header on top of all other elements on the page. The background color will be white, and then I will add border at the bottom, and this border should disappear on bigger screens. Alright, cool, the mobile header starts looking better. Let's also decrease size of the padding for container. So let's scroll up to the configuration of the container right here. As you can see, we're using 2 rem paddings on all devices, but actually I will change this configuration and we'll use smaller padding on mobile devices. By default, I'm going to use 0.75 rem units, and starting from bigger screens, I will use 2 rem paddings. And right away we're seeing that paddings were drastically decreased. Now I'm going to comment out the rest of the content on this page, and then as we go and we'll work in individual sections of this page, we're going to comment in each section one by one. But for now, that is what we get. The mobile header is ready. And if we'll take a look at how this header looks on bigger screens, we notice that mobile navigation button appears, but it's supposed to be hidden on bigger screens. So let's add a couple of classes to this button. The paddings will be 2 units. On hover, the background color will be gray with a shade of 100. The corners will be rounded, and the margin from the right side will be negative 1.5. So the effect will be that this button will be shifted to the right side on 1.5 units. Actually, this button does not look good yet, because once we're gonna hover over this button, we'll see that it looks broken, and to fix it, I'm going to make the wrapper element flexible container by assigning class flex. And just to hide this button on bigger devices and keep it visible only on mobile devices, I'm going to add additional class with the prefix sm and hide this button by using class hidden, like so. So now this button disappears on all bigger screens, and it's only visible on mobile devices, just like we need to. And with that, we are finished working on mobile header. Let's continue working on the responsiveness of this page in the next lesson.